All right, this is camera operation part 1 for camera 1, obviously. So we have a new tripod head, much heavier duty, should be a lot smoother. So let me orient you with the settings on it. So when you come up here, you should find the tilt locked and the pan locked. When you leave the camera, lock it up. That way this camera doesn't move, doesn't take a nosedive or anything like that. That's the way you should find the camera and leave the camera. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is unlock it. You can unlock. You don't have to unlock it all the way. There's a little bit, like on this tilt right here, there's a little bit of drag that you need to be left in. So just unlock it enough to where you can start to tilt the head. And the pan, the same thing. Just open it up just a little bit. Okay? So now the head's free, it's unlocked. One of the things you probably should check would be the bubble. Make sure this bubble is somewhere pretty close to center of that, otherwise the picture's going to be off. And you say, well, how do I adjust it if the bubble's not on? Put the camera back in level position, lock the tilt, and this lock under here, if you unlock it a bit, and it's going to be tight, it should be tight. You're going to adjust it, and then you're going to have to look way over here and look at the bubble. And if the bubble is in the center, then hold it very steady, reach down here and lock it down and put some pressure on it. Lock it as tight as you possibly can. Okay, so that makes the camera level. The next thing you need to do is set up the drags. We'll start with the tilt drag. We'll unlock the head again. Okay, that is the lock. The drag setting is on this side. This is the drag setting, which adds more resistance to the camera. This way is loose. So if you don't have any resistance on here, this camera is going to whip around like that. And you're not going to be able to make it steady. You want to put some resistance on there, some drag against it. So you have to work, put a little effort against it to make it move. And that is what's going to make it more smooth. So once you've added some drag to that, and you can kind of tighten up some of that drag by going a little bit back toward lock. That'll make it heavy. You don't want it too heavy, or else you have to fight with it to jerk it to move. You want it to be able to just kind of move with your hands. So that's the tilt. You do the same thing on the pan. Again, here's the pan lock. I'm just going to unlock it a little bit to set the drag on the pan. It is this red ring. This is looser. That makes it whip around, and you tighten this up. That puts some fluid head resistance against it, so it can be more smooth. So you get both of those adjusted. Now you're ready to move with it. You know that I noticed that I've removed the chair. The camera's up a little higher. The viewfinder is out a little ways from you. So you can use a stool or you can stand, but do not bring up a low chair for this. You need to be high up on top of this. The operating position for this is not like one-handed. You're not going to get it smooth. You have to have two hands on this thing so you can counterbalance what you're doing with the other hand. If you're panning this way, you're putting pressure on it. Try to keep your arms locked to your body and use your body to pan smooth. With these cameras, you should be able to get very, very, very smooth and fluid motions that you can't get with the robotics. And then it's just a matter of using your thumb on the servo. This is a servo, so if I hold it all the way down, it's going to go faster. If I rock it all the way over, it's going to go as fast as possible. But I can make it, and what I have to do is not push on one edge of this. I put my hand down in the rocker and just start rocking it, moving it over slowly. It'll start moving. You're watching your viewfinder, it's moving. You can creep this in. Now, we're going to do a second part of this video to show you how to do some moves, but that was the basic setup for this camera. Obviously, you want to get comfortable in here. You're going to be here for a while, and you can't be moving around, so you're going to have to lock it off. If you're sitting on the camera tight shot, you can take your hands off.